Every human life has a beginning and an end. And in between, there is time. Our bodies have been designed to allow us the time we need to live, grow, fulfill our dreams, and be happy. But just like an hourglass, which is fragile and can easily break if it falls, our bodies can easily succumb to all sorts of illness. What happened? This hourglass break? We run out of time. What if there's still a lot of sand left at the top when it breaks? Then it is a tragedy that could have been prevented because there was still time. To me, a doctor's mission is to help patients to prevent the medicine so that the hourglass doesn't break when there's still plenty of time left. My name is Ramón Tallaj. I am Dominican, and I have been a doctor since 1981. Here we're walking through where it was the only place that you had delivery. It was a small clinic, 5 beds, a doctor, Dr. Almanzar, and he was the only one doing this. This is the place that I was born in 1956, January 25th. Van a nacer dos niños que el mundo verá mañana. Uno quizás de ilusiones, el otro de tierra y pata. Aquel mamará de un tarro de oro o plata. El otro besará los senos y hará feliz a su mamá. My father's side of the family is from Lebanon. I am the grandson of refugees who fled the Ottoman Empire, settled here and worked very hard to carve out a future. I am also an immigrant. I lived in the United States since 1991, but I never lost my connection to my homeland, the Dominican Republic. For our lives to have a true purpose, it's important for us to know who we are, where we come from, and what our calling is, what we were born to do, what talents do we have, what are we good at. Sometimes it is hard to answer these questions. It often takes time to listen and get to know ourselves, but it's essential that we do it. Other times, the liberation comes just like that. As far as I can remember, I have known that I want to be a doctor. I dream about being a doctor, making diagnoses and treating the sick. I learned it from my father, Ramón, a pharmacist, and from my uncle, Jose, a pediatrician. I grew up in an environment of medicine, pharmaceuticals, the Catholic faith, and service to those in need. Hippocrates is known as the father of medicine. You have certainly heard of the famous Hippocratic Oath, a commitment that every doctor assumes upon graduation from medical school. Hippocrates was a true revolutionary, a man who transformed the practice of medicine nearly 2,500 years ago. Among his many writings, he outlined some of the attributes that a physician must have: a natural disposition for it, the necessary instructions, favorable circumstance, education, industry, and time. I grew up seeing these virtues put into practice. I lived in my grandfather's house, where patients might arrive at any time, even in the weak hours of the morning, and my uncle Jose will get up and take care of them. He saw hundreds of patients, and I was always there with him. I saw many parents cry when their children were sick. My uncle saved so many children's lives that I often said he had the hands of a miracle worker. That is what shaped my calling. From a very young age, I felt the need to soothe people's pain, to help them stop suffering and get well. The experience of seeing one of my cousins suffering and die from cancer also fueled my desire to study medicine. Earning a lot of money was never the ultimate goal of my father or my uncle. People paid what they could. At home, we live and breathe the Hippocratic Oath. My father, as a pharmacist, set the example of how to run a business. And that served me very well later in my life. He prepared medication to help patients overcome flu, diarrhea, and anemia. My father and my uncle left a permanent mark on my life by showing me what it means to have medicine in one's blood. Imagine that in your neighborhood there lived a doctor who saw you being born, gave you your vaccines, and knew your family's allergies and pre-existing conditions from memory, because over the years, he or she had attained all of them. Your parents, your grandparents, your brothers, and your sisters. You didn't have to make an appointment and wait months to see him or her. You didn't have to tell some stranger life story every time you went to see the doctor. A family doctor is just that. A doctor who is practically a member of your family. A doctor who embodies medicine in its pure form, the way it has been practiced for centuries. I always say that this day, when we place so much value on ancestral knowledge, organic food, and everything that is natural and homemade, we should revive the practice of the family doctor. To me, medicine is a science that takes social factors into account. From the perspective of a medical practice, one can and must gain an acute sense of the problems we face as a society. Pueblo Nuevo area of Santiago was a place where, if it rained, the mud prevented people from entering their homes, and it was a disaster because there was a very dangerous slope area. Every Thursday, my uncle went there and treated nearly 50 children at no charge. As unbelievable as it may seem, since there were no computers, it was impossible for a pediatrician to keep medical records the way we do today. Everything was stored in his memory, the clinical history, what he knew and remembered about each child that was seen in his practice. And if a child had to be admitted to the hospital, the parents didn't have to pay one penny. A doctor is an instrument created by God to carry out the delicate and noble mission of alleviating people's pain and suffering, regardless of whether those people are rich or poor. A doctor's knowledge must go hand in hand with great sensitivity in order to deeply examine the inmost problems that occurs in the human body. The word medicine originates from the Latin word medeor, which means to measure, give advice, and heal. Thus, a medical doctor is someone who is willing to deal with the pain that other people suffer. I am Dr. Ramón Tallaj, and this is my masterclass, The Family Doctor.